So former employees tried to make a lawsuit against Riot for sexism claims, sexism allegations.
Like sexual harassment or something like that, I think.
Yes. And fucking Riot Games, this is really shitty in my opinion. Riot Games like shut it down. They swept it under the rug. They didn't do anything.
So I was reading, they have a clause in their contracts with employees that first sign it, like that first get employed with Riot Games. So when, you always got to sign like a bunch of paperwork when you start working for somebody.
Right.
One of the clauses in the employee contracts is that any lawsuits that you end up wanting to file against the company, whether it's sexual or paid issues or whatever, it gets sent to a what do they call it? An arbitrary something or an arbitration. So what that is essentially, after I looked it up, because I obviously don't know what the fuck that is, basically Riot Games hires a third party of lawyers so there's no judge, no jury, there's a third party of lawyers that settle it outside of the courts. And when you sign that, you're not allowed to have a real lawsuit. So, but the thing is Riot pays for that to happen, right? So Riot pays for that third party to look into it. So I was actually thinking a little bit about it. It's not necessarily a bad thing that they have that, because let's say that there is an issue, non-sexual, like a payment issue, like pay stubs or wrongful termination or something like that. This third party, like if you try to take them to court, you're going to pay lawyer fees, you're going to pay court fees, you're going to pay a bunch of like shit that you might have to pay out of pocket.
Right.
But if Riot Games pays for it, and you can decline the third party that they choose, right? So if they choose one and you don't like what they're saying, you can be like, no, I don't want that one. You can go through that process as many times as possible, but Riot Games pays for it. Now the problem is this is a sexual harassment lawsuit, and
right.
That should be handled by the courts for sure.
Right.
Sugar, there's a reason why we live.